Western Mass News is getting answers after tenants reach out to us complaining that their apartment buildings lack consistent air conditioning during this 5-day stretch of extreme heat.
The tenant in 2 different buildings say management wouldn't turn the AC on until June 15th, citing a Massachusetts state regulation that mandates heat be offered until that date each year.
Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo took those concerns to the state level. She joins us live now in Springfield with what she found out. Audrey?
While landlords are not required to provide air conditioning, if that is an amenity they do offer, there's nothing stopping them from turning the air on before June 15th. In fact, state officials tell me that they should do whatever possible to make sure that units don't fall below 64 degrees at night and above 78 degrees at any time. Now, the apartment units we visited yesterday and today were well above that limit.
Now, because of the heat of the day, it's starting to climb.
Lynn Belnavis's unit hovered around 84 degrees Tuesday when we came in to test it at the Indian Motorcycle Building, Mason Square Apartments. She says it's been this hot for days, as Springfield is in the middle of a 5-day stretch of excessive heat. And she says she's not the only one in that building suffering.
I have to leave my own apartment. I couldn't stay here.
Both women have health conditions, and they tell us when they brought the issue to their building's management.
The state says that we can't turn on the air until the 15th.
We have central air, but they don't think 95, 96 degrees is worthy of cutting it on.
So Western Mass News found the regulation. It requires landlords provide minimum and maximum levels of heat every day other than during the period from June 15th to September 15th. Guidance on the regulation from the Executive Office of Health and Human Services says in part, quote, the regulation does not prevent property owners from turning off the heat or turning on the air conditioning units in properties between these dates. Yesterday, the Department of Housing and Community Development advised local housing authorities that the regulation in part, quote, does not require building managers to keep heat on in a building until June 15th, no matter the circumstance. Building managers must be mindful of weather conditions and the maximum temperature standard as well as the minimum temperature standard.
They must try to do what they can when they know and are aware that a potential health risk condition exists.
Another lawmaker tonight speaking out on the issue, he says he's working on a legislative fix.
Would mandate that they provide the conditions necessary to avoid any health conditions, including heat stroke.
Difficult after days of residents not feeling valued by the companies to which they pay a monthly rent.
If I had not made it at 2-something this morning and had passed away, they're not going to shed a tear.
Now, we did receive a response from First Resource Management, which manages the Indian Motorcycle Building. They say that their cooling systems went down overnight and that they're working to restore the cooling systems back to how they were before. However, the residents who we spoke with said that they've been dealing with this heat for days. So we asked some follow-up questions like when they officially turn the AC on. We've not yet heard a response. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.